Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and I'm here to stream a guided meditation tonight because that is what I do here on Twitch. Those of you who don't know me, I have been streaming guided meditations on Twitch for about 18 months. Prior to that, I was streaming guided meditations out of my home for over 10 years. So yeah, I've been streaming a lot of meditations. I've been doing a lot of meditations. I hope how's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone going? We got Ignorant here. Hey buddy, what's going on, man? How are you doing? How have I been? I've been all right. I got the honor of actually attending a phenomenal guided meditation tonight by my friend Gina over at Inspiritus Alchemy. She is an incredible meditation instructor. Blows me out of the water with her meditations. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So I have good energy going. So yeah, that's how I'm doing. One Sluggy's here. Hey, good to see you, buddy. One Sluggy is a streamer here on Twitch. He does retro gaming streaming. He used to do walks around his neighborhood, and he would it was fun. He would just talk. He just tell us about his buddies that lived in the houses around that he was walking by. I was trying to get him to start shouting random gibberish really loud when he was walking around the neighborhood, and just to kind of see what would happen. I think that would make great content, but he never would do that. He might also get arrested, so I guess that's fair, right? That's kind of a fair concern. But yeah, definitely check him out. Drop him a follow. One Sluggy, I haven't seen you streaming lately. Have you still been streaming these days? What's going on with you? Stupid content. I don't know. It'd be funny, man. You're just like walking around like a quiet, peaceful, suburban neighborhood, and you're just like screaming like random stuff. I think that would be funny, man. Let's see who else is here. Hey, JT Farms is here. JT, how's it going? Good to see you, JT. What's going on with you? I got the pleasure of talking to JT on the phone earlier today. JT is my channel shaman. See this mala around my neck? I don't know if you can all see it. This was actually created for me by JT Farm. She strung 3 beads together for 40 consecutive meditations. Pretty amazing dedication, right? And made me this beautiful mala, and she sent me this beautiful fire quartz as well. So I'm super grateful to her and everything she does for this channel. She's the best channel moderator and shaman a guy like me could hope for, right? Let's see. And Danny John is here. Hello, Danny John. What's new in your world? What are you up to? What's going on? What's your world been like today? I hope you had a good day today. I know you have a long day. You have a long day on Monday. Danny John is a college professor. She's no joke. She's a doctor, by the way. I will say this: she's a doctor and a college professor. So, don't mess with Danny John. She'll shoot you down real quick. She'll shoot you down real quick. You better watch out when you're around Danny John. But how was your day? I hope everything went well with teaching. I hope you had a good day filled with love and light. Let's see. One Sluggy, you say a stupid content. Yeah. Just screaming, walking around your neighborhood screaming. I don't know. It would be kind of funny. I mean, like, I would watch that. I would watch someone walking around their neighborhood just like screaming random gibberish. I think that would be it would be interesting, right? Like when the neighbors come out and like are like looking at you, then you just like show the neighbors, and it'd be kind of neat. Let's see. When Sluggy, you say just been offline for the past month. Oh, okay. You haven't been streaming as much. Well, hey, we all have to take breaks, right? We all have to take breaks from Twitch, from whatever we're doing in life, right? Sometimes we need to take a break, and so I respect that, man. I get it. You don't know if you'll stream again, really? Wow. I was enjoying your retro gaming streams, especially. I liked that you were playing Castlevania. You were playing Mario. It was Mario 2, right? I think that was the one you were playing. Mario 2. But yeah, I was enjoying those. Those were good. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to stream. Evelyn Yoga was in here the other day. Was in here yesterday or 2 days ago actually, and she said that she's no longer going to stream on Twitch, which is a huge loss. Because when I started streaming 18 months ago, there were 11 yoga streamers on Twitch. And Evelyn is the last one. Every single yoga streamer has dropped out of Twitch or switched platforms. A lot of yoga streamers are now switching on or streaming on Inside Timer. A lot of yoga streamers just have gone off to do other things. But it's crazy to think that out of 11 yoga streamers, all of them have stopped. Some of it was during the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, Twitch blew up, and a lot of yoga studios closed, and yoga streamers were looking for other ways to still be able to teach yoga. But still, it's like you would think at least like one or two of them would stick around. Mel's Camp will stream every now and then. She does like a yoga qigong hybrid, which is pretty cool. But it's just crazy. Evelyn though said she was being sexually harassed on Twitch, and that's really a shame. It's really a shame when you get some weak little boy who comes on here with the anonymity of of Twitch, like hiding behind a screen name, and then starts thinking he's powerful and disrespecting a beautiful woman like Evelyn. So yeah, let's see. Danny Johnny said it pretty good. It was speech day. Okay, cool. Yeah, those days are always good. Danny John, she teaches. One of the things she teaches is speech class. And that's like a big fear for people, right? People like they say public speaking is like one of the greatest fears for people. Giving a speech in front of a large audience. So you work with people. You help them get through fear. That's kind of cool, right? To think about what you do, right? And I guess meditation guides like myself kind of do the same thing. We try to go inside into that place of pure love and oneness, and we try to show people, hey, you know what? All that stuff in the external world, what Kant would refer to as the phenomenal realm, all that stuff in the world of sensory experience that we might be afraid of or anxious about, is really not that insignificant. Is really not that significant from the context of eternity, right? From the big picture, from the context of eternity, that stuff is not that significant. So go within to that place of pure love. Listen to the voice within you. One might call it the Holy Spirit. One might call it the voice from the source of all creation. Whatever you call it, whatever framework you use. It could be a religion. It could be a philosophy. It could be things that have come to you during meditations or whatever in your life. But you use that to guide you, and then you'll feel good, and you'll feel in tune with all of creation. And let's see. When you say just not feeling it, boring you. Yeah. Well, exactly. If you're not feeling it, if you're not enjoying streaming, then don't do it. There's really no point. You have to enjoy doing it, in order to be a successful streamer, or even a not so successful streamer. You want to enjoy doing it, and if you're not enjoying it, then there's really no point. And that's one of the reasons why I don't have set hours for my streaming. A lot of streamers are like, oh, I stream, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from the following time, during the following times, right? I don't do that. I always just stream when I feel inspired to do so. Like tonight, I feel inspired to stream, so that's why I'm streaming tonight. I don't want to have a set schedule. Let's see, Rocco Hemdas here. Hey, good buddy, my good buddy. I've known Rocco Hemdas since I was 5 years old, man. How are you doing today, man? Good to see you. It's been not long. It's not been a long time, man. Rocco Hemdas stopped over here today for a cup of tea. It was pretty awesome. I got to visit my best male friend since I was 5 years old. He came in for a cup of tea. I made him a cup of loose leaf green tea. By the way, you didn't comment on how the tea was. You didn't comment on how it was. How was the tea, dude? Did you enjoy it? You drank it. You finished the cup, but you didn't say anything. So I don't know what that says about my tea making ability. Let's see. One Sluggy says, you say, plus Twitch with so many ads nowadays is annoying. It's totally annoying. Yeah, the ads. It's crazy, and especially for someone like me who's streaming guided meditations. I mean, imagine you're like this close to transcending human form and being perfectly in alignment and in tune with the source of all creation, and leaving your body and being reunited with pure oneness. And some ad comes on telling you to that you need to I don't know, buy some Viagra or something, because you need a bigger boner or something like that. It's like, dude, it's like I was this close to like transcending the phenomenal realm and going into the noumenal realm, and being in the world of perfection, and like now I have to listen to some 30-second ad about like Viagra, like what the hell is that, It's totally a shame, It's totally a shame that Twitch has really stepped up the amount of ads they're showing. Like, what is their problem? I guess they're desperate. Maybe you say Twitch is dying. You think, yeah. I mean, maybe they're a dying animal, and that's why everyone's leaving, and that's why they're putting more ads to try to make more revenue. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Once you say like if you just want to say hi to someone, you're not subbed. You get like 6 ads. Like F no, yeah, that's crazy. You just like want to pop in and say hi to someone, and it's like, oh, I get to, and it's not like the end. If the ads were like 5 seconds long, okay, that's fair. That's whatever. 6 ads is like 30 seconds. All right, that's not the end of the world. But the ads are like what, like 30 seconds sometimes, man. That's crazy. So it's like you got a bunch of ads on ads. The whole point, one of the reasons why I don't watch TV anymore, why I stopped watching it years ago, was because of advertisements. I can't handle having all advertisements blaring in my face every so often. Commercials. Who wants to have that kind of stuff? Let's see. Real quick, how do you say it was fine? Turn down the temperature for green. Yeah, I know. That I will say that. We were engaged in good conversation, so I let it get a little too hot, But yeah, I will. You are a tea connoisseur and you're a coffee connoisseur, to a certain extent. You're not just some dilettante from I don't know, wherever. You're actually like your stuff. So I'll do that from now on. All right, I think we're gonna jump into the meditation. I think we're just gonna hop right in because. Last or 2 days ago when I streamed, I did a big stream. Those of you who don't know me, first of all, my name's Agni James. I'm a chess instructor in real life. That's what I do. So I do chess streams here on Twitch as well. I also have a master's in analytic philosophy. So I do philosophy streams, specializing in philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. My three favorite areas of philosophy. I also do readings from, where is it? Here, this phenomenal book, Lao Tzu's masterpiece, the Tao Te Ching. We do chakra balancing from the Sevenfold Journey, reclaiming mind, body, and spirit through the chakras. We do a lot of stuff. I've been doing readings from Grimm's fairy tales because that's a classic. And then sometimes we discuss, stuff, philosophy, like Camus' The Rebel, things like that, This is kind of like a variety stream. We do yoga talk, we do all sorts of stuff, But yeah, it's, but the main focus of this channel is and always will be guided meditations. And we are going to do that right now. So I'm going to bring some peace to the world. All right, so I always start out real intense. I have a lot of energy. I have a lot of exuberance. And then we slow things down and come within to the place of pure love and oneness residing in our hearts. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. two clouds move together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the fleeting nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Focus on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until all of humanity is glowing radiantly once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your awareness on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds moving through the sky, eventually disappearing from your mind. And return your awareness to your breath. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your breath. In stillness are all things answered. Slow down your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Experience the love emanating from this location. And the warmth which surrounds your love. Feel the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place, you exist in a state of pure monism. In this place, you are home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye sight. Focus on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing from your mind. And return your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of consciousness. All the way down to your center point. The place from where your essence originates. The place where you are pure love. Feel your love filling your entire body. From your crown chakra to your fingers to your toes. In this place of non-duality, opposites cannot enter. And fear and worry are not welcome here. In this place, you were created to be eternally one. And what is eternally one can never be two. Boundaries and separations cannot exist here. For love can never be divided. Focus on your center point. The innermost locus of your essence. Focus on your center. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you recall your true identity. At your center, you remember how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you recall your divine purpose. To spread love and light to all of those whom you encounter. Here, at your center point, you are home. And it is apparent that your essence is pure love. Here, at your center point, you flow eternally from the source of creation. For that is your eternal nature. focus all your attention on your center point. Allowing your love to melt away any residual ego. You are a divine being of love and light. Co-creating with the source of all creation. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all existential angst from your being. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to this dualistic world, bringing with you the peace from monism for the remainder of your days. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more centered and grounded. I hope you feel more peaceful and harmonious. And I hope you feel more loving and joyful after this meditation. I love each one of you unconditionally. And by doing the work of meditation, you can achieve everything you want out of life. Namaste. How was that for everyone? How was that meditation? I know I feel good in my soul from that meditation. JT, say that was fucking amazing. Thank you, Agni James. Well, thank you. Yeah, I felt really, really good doing that meditation. I think it's because I had just got done with the meditation over at Inspiritus Alchemy, so I was feeling, really that real divine, pure love within me. Brought it back here, and then I was able to share it with all of you. So, yeah, that felt like a solid meditation. That really felt good. I hope you all felt that as well. It's good that you felt that, JT. What have I been missing in the good old chat? What's going on in chat? We got Taylor Jade. Hello. Big shout out to Taylor Jade. Taylor Jade is awesome. She is she's in the fitness and health community here on Twitch. Definitely check her out. Drop her a follow. She was in the Junior Olympics. This is a hardcore athlete. She knows about body mechanics. Volleyball, right? You're a volleyball player, and weren't you training for the Olympics at one point? I hope you're doing well, Taylor. How's everything going with you and Alex? I hope you're having a good evening out in the West Coast. Let's see, Taylor. You say, did you come down to TwitchCon? You're still here meeting up with streamers. I didn't make it. No, I didn't make it. I'm a small fish here on Twitch. I'm a 9 viewer guy. I'm a 9 viewer streamer here. Every once I've had up to 83. When that day that I had 83 viewers, it was a pretty good day. But usually, I don't have that. I don't have a ton of streamers, but that would be cool. It would be cool to check out TwitchCon. I've been good. I've been going to guided meditations Monday nights at this place near me called Inspiritus Alchemy, and Gina, who runs it, puts on these phenomenal meditations. So I've been bringing that love and energy over here and sharing it with all of you. So yeah, I've been doing well. Taylor, you say you love this Viking type music. So it's funny that you call it Viking type music. It's actually an Amitabha Buddhist chant. But it is very rhythmic, kind of like the Vikings, like when they were rowing the ship, right? They had that rhythm, right? But yeah, the Amitabha Buddha, it's an Amitabha Buddhist chant. I actually got this chant when I went to the Amitabha Buddha library that's near me, and I got to participate in the chant. And I got a recording of it, so it's pretty cool. It was a pretty awesome experience. They were really generous. They also gave me the Amitabha Buddha scroll on the back wall right there. My head's kind of covering it up, but you can see the Amitabha Buddha in the background. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. Victor Soar is here. What's up, buddy? I had the pleasure of playing 4-player chess with Victor Soar on my last stream a couple days ago. It was pretty awesome. He's actually an incredible 4-player. He's an incredible chess player, but he's particularly really good at 4-player chess. He's like one of the top players. So me and him, I thought we were gonna get smoked because I don't know the game. But with him and his instruction, we mauled. I think we went 4-0. That was pretty cool, man. That was cool. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that again sometime. That was fun. After I self-destructed on my I got my tactics rating on chess.com up to like 28, I think 45 or something. Then I completely self-destructed, got like all the way down to like 2300, and now I'm building it back up. I'm around 2500 right now. That's just kind of how it goes. So I want to get my goal is to get to 3,000. I figure if I can get to 2845, I can get to 3,000. It's gonna take a while. I have to control my emotions better. And you talk about this with mental toughness, right? Victor Soar is a streamer here on Twitch. He has a master's in psychology. He's also going for his PhD in psychology, I believe, and he's also very big into philosophy and chess. He's into a lot of the same things I am, and he's a really authentic, genuine dude. So check him out, drop him a follow. But yeah, I need to get more mentally tough in the face of loss. That's always been a big problem for me. When I start like losing, a lot of, a lot in a short period of time, like I tend to self-destruct and be like, well, fuck it. If I'm just gonna keep losing, I'm gonna keep losing, and then I just beat myself up a little bit, for a while, and then my rating will drop down, or whatever. But then at the end of the day, I always then regain composure and shoot it back up. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Let's see, Chad Guy's here. Chad Guy with the VIP. By the way, those of you, look at that. Chad Guy's got that, he's got that VIP badge, pretty cool. He's been coming here a while, man. He's technically a Lord of Scotland, so I figured I'd give him the VIP. JT, my JT Farmers, my channel shaman, recommended it one day, and I thought it was a good idea. So yeah. Chad Guy, you say, this might come off awkward, but you have Asperger's. Growing up was difficult socially, but you think you're a lot better. I think you're great, man. I think you're great, dude. My cousin has Asperger's too, and it's rough. It's been really rough for him trying to connect socially. He's told me that it's been difficult to connect. But yeah, I didn't even know. I mean, you sound just like you seem just like a a regular social dude. I didn't even know that, man. I'm glad. Yeah, you said you think you're a lot better. I think you're a down to earth, awesome, socially normal dude. So cool. Let's see. Where are we at here? A lot of people saying things. Chad guy's bringing up intense. Yeah, I used to say the word intense in here all the time, and I'm getting away from that. And now Chad guy's saying the word intense all the time. So like I don't know what happened. Chad guy, somehow me saying intense transferred over to you, and now you're saying intense. Like I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. Let's see. Yeah, Taylor, you say, yeah, volleyball and basketball. That's so cool. Hey, you know what? It would be cool if you and I played one-on-one. First of all, Taylor, how tall are you? How tall are you? I can play. You school me in volleyball. I would definitely. I would definitely, not challenge you in volleyball, but in one-on-one basketball, I think I might be able to hold my own against you. I mean, I'm pretty damn good at basketball. I'm pretty damn good, and I've never lost to a girl, but you might be the exception. It would be cool. Like we should stream it. If you ever come to Chicago, we should stream you and me playing some one-on-one. I definitely am going to have a weight advantage. I'm going to have a weight advantage. I don't know. I mean, if you're a really good outside shooter, you might be able to beat me. You're 5'10". Okay, I'm 6'2". So I'm going to have a height advantage, and I'm going to have like a weight and probably a strength advantage, too, because I'm, a male, big dude, right? But you're probably going to be quicker than me, and if you're a good outside shooter, like you might be able to beat me. Volleyball, no way. I would not get a single point on you in volleyball. But yeah, basketball, I don't know. I mean, I think it would at least be close. Chad guy, you say Agni plays like Larry Bird with a hint of Scottie Pippen. I mean, I'm more of a post up guy, to be honest. I'm more of like of getting my space. I can when I get that ball, I can back in. I can back into the hoop. I can I don't care who's guarding me. I can always get my position. I can get position, and I can turn around. I can get up to the hoop. I can get to the hoop. But I can't. And I'm a really, really good defender. My defense is actually my best ability. Like I'm one of those guys. I'm like I've said this before. I'm like a Verajao. I'm a high energy guy. My hands are always like all over the place. I'm always swiping. I'm like a mosquito. I'm always really annoying. I'm always swiping for the ball. I always got my hand in your face. Even if you're gonna be able to get above me for the shot, my hand will definitely be in your face. Like I'm a very annoying defender, and I'm a high energy guy. So yeah, that's how I play. But that would be cool. I didn't know you were into basketball too. Let's see. Victor, so you say, oh wait, do you think you remember now that you were an excellent b-ball player? Yeah. So it's funny. I've never really played on teams like 5-on-5. I don't play 5-on-5. But 1-on-1 and 2-on-2, those were always my big games. So me and my buddy, I have a buddy who's a really, really good outside shooter. He's just a phenomenal shooter. He lights out fire shooter, right? And he's super quick, right? So me and him made the perfect 2-on-2 combo because I was like the bigger dude down low, right? And we would go to the city and we would play, and we were pretty damn good. We would hold our own, we could hold our own. I mean, you run into the 6'10" teams. No, you're not gonna beat the guys that are 6'10". But as far as people that are anywhere near our height, we definitely held our own, and we won the vast majority of games. But that was back in the day. I mean, now bodies break down a little bit. We're a little bit less spry, I guess. I have to like stretch out for like an hour before I play. I can't dunk or anything right now. But yeah, back in the day, we were solid. Let's see, anything else did I miss? Where are we at? Chad guy, you said LL Agni said foreplay. Of course you're gonna find that. Of course you're gonna spot it out. Taylor, you say, it's been so nice meeting all different people, and we just got all vibe, and you would never know most of us met for the first time. It felt like a lot of us were friends for over years. That's so cool that you went to TwitchCon. Where was it located? It was in SoCal, right? It was in so somewhere in SoCal, but like where particularly was it located? Taylor, you say Agni is a legend, but he's just so humble that we forget how legend he is. Well, that's very nice. That's very nice of you to say so. I'm not always super humble. Like when I talk about like my chess and my basketball, sometimes I let ego lead the way, right? But in things that matter, like in meditation, in yoga, in kumnaye, in qigong, when I'm helping people around me, then I'm going to be humble because that's when it matters. The ego is more for show. It's like if any of you have ever seen the movie Man on the Moon or are familiar with Andy Kaufman, he had this Tony Clifton character who was just nothing but pure ego, right? And he would just go around and be completely obnoxious and whatnot, and that's like the ego part of me, right? And I allow that part to come out, because it's entertaining, and it's exciting, sometimes, and it's funny. He's funny, right? But for the most part, I like, in my real essence is pure love and oneness, and that's what I share with everyone, right? All right. So let's see. Victor Sor, you say you will hit 3,000. You got this. Yeah, I got up to 2845. I think I can do it. I need to not self-destruct, and I need to know when I'm tired. So sometimes when I'm tired, I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep playing. I just need to, get to a certain, score or whatever. And I'll be sitting there and I'm not seeing the moves and I need to back off. I need to know when to stop. Right. And then I just need to not self-destruct, right? If I'm slow and consistent, I can do it. But if I'm just making a move within 10 seconds every single game, that's when I'll drop 400 points in the course of 2 days of my rating. It's crazy. It's crazy that it goes. Taylor, you're going to grind for VIP. Well, you know what? You have a good shot. You have a good shot of becoming VIP at some point. You definitely do. You always bring a lot of energy and positivity to the streams. And you're just a wonderful person. I also really have a preference for athletes. I like athletes because they know about health, they know about body mechanics, and that's something that I feel like it's a lost art. You can't really learn that in school, right? You don't go to school and they're you go to math class, you go to even in gym. In gym, they don't teach you body mechanics. They don't teach you how to be in tune with your body, right? That's something you got to learn, on your own for the most part, right? And so I always have a preference for athletes, and I get along well with athletes. JT say Chad is gangsta. He is. Chad is no joke. Chad guy, you say Agni plays like Larry Bird, with the hint of Scottie Pippen. I'm definitely not Jordan. I'm just the dude that will. I'm good at getting position, and I'm a really good defender. When my buddy and I would play, I would always be the guy. I would always say, look, no matter what, I might not score a ton, but the guy I'm defending is not going to be scoring at all. That's always my thing. I will always outscore the person I'm defending, and that's what it comes down to. Unless it's one of the 6'10" dudes that can just stand up there by the hoop and just casually lay it in, right? Let's see. Victor Sword. No, I cannot dunk. There was a time with the mini basketball at this one court where the hoop's a little the court down the street for me. The hoop's a little bit lower than 10 feet. So with the mini ball, I could get it in there and slam. But yeah, no, I can't. I can't do it with a full size of a regulation ball. It pisses me off too because I've been real close. I've been so damn close. But I've just never quite been able to do that. And so it just never happened. But I was able to do it with the mini ball on a hoop that's I don't know 9-10 or something like that. So that was kind of cool. Let's see. Taylor, you say basketball you love, driving to the hoop, and you have a mid-range game. Yeah. I can picture that. I can picture you playing. Yeah, and you would be good driving. Are you fast? How's your speed? Are you quick? Are you quick on the court? Because that's going to be a big thing. If you're super quick, I have problems with the point guards who have a good outside shooting game. Those are the ones that give me trouble one-on-ones and one-on-one. But yeah, I don't know what kind of a matchup would be. It would be cool content though, right? It would be cool content. You and me playing. Chad, you saying he's very intense and will make you cry with words. I'm not going to make someone. And here's the other thing about me. A lot of people, like in whatever competitive game you play, like whether it's volleyball, whether it's chess, whether it's football, basketball, anything, any competitive game you play, poker, people talk shit, right? People talk shit. There's a lot of shit talkers. I don't do any shit talking ever. In fact, the way I see it, when people talk shit to me, I view it as like a karmic advantage. Like I'm gaining strength. The more shit they talk to me and the more I keep my composure, the more strength I gain. And I feel like it helps me. It makes me play better. So I actually love it. It like fuels me. I love it when people talk shit to me when I play. I always play better then, and I'm a more fierce competitor. Like, let me tell you about the final round of the Chicago Open that I played in 2000 and when was it? 2014-ish, I believe, 2015 maybe. So it was the money round, right? If I won my game or got a draw, I was gonna make good money. But if I lost, I was gonna get zero. I'd get nothing, and I'd be in the hole because you had to pay like $400 for the tournament, right? The dude that I'm playing, he's this huge, like build, like bodybuilder dude, like, which is kind of weird because usually chess players aren't bodybuilders. But he was, it's just some big black dude from the city. He's like, and those dudes can play, man. They can play great chess. They're solid, man. They're really good. They think that they're on point. Their attacks are phenomenal. Like I played dudes like this before, man. They're great. And he comes up to me and he starts shit talking. And I love it. I'm smiling, I'm laughing. He's having fun. We're having fun, right? And he says, yeah, he comes to me and his buddies are standing right there, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna smoke Agni real quick. And then we're going to be out in the parking lot drinking beers in 15 minutes. That's what he tells them, right? Our game went 4.5 hours. The dude was shaking. The dude was literally shaking. He went out for like multiple cigarette breaks, in which I actually came out there with him because I was concerned that he was going to look on his phone and cheat. So I was standing there with him while he was like out there like smoking cigarettes, and his time was ticking down. I waited till his time was ticking down, and then he would come in. He was literally shaking. It was crazy, This dude was like shaking, and he's like he was a bodybuilder. I mean, this guy could have could have just like crushed me with one hand, like in physical combat. I've never seen it before. He talks and he says he's gonna like beat me in 15 minutes, and then the dude is just like, and then after the game he was pale as a ghost. His friends, by the way, were over watching the game. They're like, that was one of the most awesome games we've ever seen. That was so cool. We want to review it with you. I was like, sure, I'll review it with you. Thanks. And they came over and I was reviewing with them. He didn't even do it. This dude was pale as a ghost. He just got up. He didn't say anything to his friends. His friends were like, what's wrong? What's going on? Why are you looking like that? And he looked like a ghost, and he just walked away. It was weird. He just disappeared. So then I hung out with his friends for like the next hour, and we reviewed the game. And it was an awesome game, but it was a really weird situation. He was like, I've never seen a player shaking that much. Like the whole table was shaking during the game. 4.5 hours though, right? Okay. Anyways, let's see, where are we at here? Yeah, I don't make anyone cry. Taylor, you say, you can't dunk, but you can get 2 inches below the rim. You jump 9'6", but you're only 5'10", so you got hops. All right, yeah, you got hops. So you can get to about where you can get to as close to where I can get, and I'm 4 inches taller than you. That's kind of crazy, right? So that's cool. That's cool that you got hops. I mean, you're a volleyball player. You have to. Almost all volleyball players have to have hops, right? Chad guy, you say best rivalry was Bird and Magic. Yeah, I mean those guys can play. Let's see. Taylor, you say you're thinking you need to make a flight to Chi-Town. You want another vacation, and balling with you is going to be fun. Yeah, you should do it. If you ever come in the area, let me know. Give me some heads up, and we'll set something up. That would be awesome. How cool. We'll stream some b-ball content, right? But you got to give me some warning because I gotta practice. I haven't been playing. I'm totally off my game. You're from Cali, so you can play year round. I mean, we're getting close to winter here, so. I don't want to have to like shovel the court so we can play the game, right? Let's see.
Taylor, you say we are in. Oh, you're in San Diego. Okay, so that's where they're having. That's where they're having the TwitchCon. Okay, cool, dude. San Diego's beautiful. That's a great area, and it's right next to La Jolla, right? La Jolla is like one of my favorite places in California. Have you ever been to the Point in La Jolla? That they have that place called the Point where you're just there and you see the waves crashing in. And it's just like some iconic place. That I loved hanging out there. I went there at like 2:33 in the morning. I was just by myself, like watching the waves crashing, and some kid just like wanders up. And I was younger. Some kid wanders up, and he's just like standing there, and we're the only people out there. He's like not afraid. He's just talking to me, right? And then he's like, hey, I'm having a house party. You want to come join us? And I was like, yeah, dude. Like, people were so friendly there. He just invited me to his house party. Like, who, in Chicago, if someone like invited you to a party like that you didn't know, you'd probably think they were trying to kill you. You're going to end up in a bathtub with one kidney. That's how it goes in Chicago. So you got to be a little more concerned, But like here, this guy just wanted to hang out and have fun. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. Chad guy, you say, imagine how far he'll go in the WNBA. I don't know. No. I wouldn't be good in the WNBA. I mean, I'll admit that. I mean, I will say that I could beat, in a hand-to-hand combat, me versus like a jaguar. If it's an adolescent jaguar that like has just turned, just become from child to like adolescent, I think I could take it down hand to hand. Now I will say that, but no, I couldn't compete in the WNBA. No way. Taylor, you say you got that Mamba mentality, Agni. Respect that. You have to really feel that you can win, right? If you don't think you can do it, if you don't have faith in yourself, if you don't have confidence in yourself, it's over. It's over. If you don't have if you're a ball player, right, and you're going up against some guy who's throwing 95, 96 miles an hour, if you don't have confidence that you're going to be able to hit that ball, you're never going to hit the ball. Now, I'm not saying that every time you have confidence in yourself, you're gonna be able to hit that ball. But like I'm saying, like if you don't have confidence, you have no chance. You have no possibility of doing it. Let's see. Chad, you say Agni's a Bulls fan. He hates the Lakers. No, what are you talking about? What are you talking? I'm not a Bulls fan. I'm a LeBron fan, to be honest. I'm a LeBron fan. I go wherever LeBron goes. That's how I am. Call me what you will. Hey, Aristotle's here, man. Good to see you, buddy. Aristotle is a streamer here on Twitch. Super awesome, kind dude. He's got a PhD in philosophy. He's a college professor. He's one of my buddies. He's also a mod. He's also a mod in the chat. A really good dude. You go to his streams. You ask any philosophical question, and he's gonna respond. And he's not gonna respond in a derogatory way, making you look like a fool. He's gonna respond with kindness and generosity and compassion. And they talk about all sorts of stuff in his chat. Definitely check him out. Drop a fight. How you doing tonight, Aris? What's been going on with you, man? How have you been? Sorry it took me so long to get to you, dude. I always get way backed up in chat. Man, you think you were lurking? You must have missed it. Oh, I guess I just missed something from there. Chega, you say he's from Chicago. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm a Bulls fan. Just because I'm from Chicago doesn't mean I'm a Bulls fan, I'm a LeBron fan. I mean, that's... So, by the way, people in Chicago hate me because I'm a LeBron fan. People don't like that. They don't like that. In Chicago, it's a big no-no to be a LeBron. I mean, I know it's in other cities, too. It's people kind of can look down on you. But in Chicago especially, it's a big no-no because there was talk for a while that he was going to come to Chicago at one point, and he never did. And people in Chicago have a lot of bitter feelings towards LeBron. So let's see. Chaga, you say a best shirtless streamer. Eris, I think Eris is a better shirtless streamer than me, to be honest. I think that's what you're referring to, right? I saw that clip. Because you wear the mask and everything, man. You're great. And you're only 35,000 channel points, dude. I'm 50,000 channel points. You're 35,000 channel points, man. That's awesome, dude. Like people are getting you on discount, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. You got to do a hot tub stream, dude. You should have a hot tub stream. You should become a hot tub streamer, dude. Just get drunk and give. No, you know what'd be awesome? You have all your students. They don't have to go to class anymore. All your learning is online from you in the hot tub. How cool would that be, dude? You do all your teaching from the hot tub, dude. That you'd be on fire. You'd be a Twitch sensation, You need some serious moderators though to regulate that, but yeah, that would be pretty cool. Taylor, you say let me be quiet now because Lakers your team. Yeah. Let's see it. Taylor, you say, okay. I'm gonna fly to Chi-Town. The hubby and I are coming. We're gonna do 2-on-2 or maybe a 21. Yeah, I'll play 21. I'll play 21 also. We got to go over all the rules of everything first, because everyone plays different, like like home court rules and different rules that they play with. I don't want to mess around with the rules. It's like that's always the most annoying thing when you're playing like basketball. It's like you meet up with some dudes at the park and you go to play, and then like someone's like, no, what are you talking about? That's not the rule. And you're like, dude, that is the rule. And they're like, no, that's not the rule. That's not the rule. Blah blah blah. And then you get in like these weird, stupid, confrontations over some rule that you didn't. So I always am very clear at the beginning of the game. I say, okay, here are the rules that we're playing by, and then I state, I state all the rules very clearly, and make sure the other person agrees. And if they don't, then maybe we modify the rule, but just so that both parties know exactly what the rules are before you get into it. Let's see. Chaga, you say you played water polo. See, I've never played I know nothing about water polo. Like that is so foreign to me, dude. That like, yeah, I can't even relate to that. I don't know anything about it. It's kind of like basketball and volleyball, is it? I think you're trolling, dude. I don't think water polo is anything like basketball and volleyball, right? Or is it? Maybe not. I don't know. Victor Story, you say it gives you a reason to win, right? Yeah, I don't know the context, but yeah, maybe just like getting pumped up. Let's see. Taylor, you say facts. The more shit talk. Oh, it just fuels you. Yeah, right. Yeah, the more people shit talk to me, like it fuels me. It makes me play better. I just zone in, and I just let that person waste all their energy. I don't say a word. I just focus. I just zone in on what I'm doing. Like whether it's chess or basketball, I let them talk their shit, and I just zone in. And next thing you know, I'm like rejecting the ball like right on their face. It's like I know technically if you're gonna like swat the ball away from someone, you're supposed to like try to swat it to a teammate, right? But I like rejecting the ball directly on someone's face, like if they're talking shit. I think that's like the best feeling. All right, where are we at here? Aristotle, you say, holy shit, yeah, I'm out of the context. I'm really far behind. I gotta like catch up. All right, Chega, you said he realized he had to pay for drinks. Understandable. Victor, so you say people aren't used to it, Agni. For most people, when people talk trash to them, they get mentally unbalanced because they cannot harness their emotions. But you are a true competitor. The more emotional you get, the stronger you play. Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like they're wasting their energy. Because if you're talking trash, you're not focusing. You're not 100% focused on the game, right? You're not 100% focused. So I just focus. I just take that energy and I use it. I utilize it. I alchemize it, right? I take it and I take it and put it into a form that I can use it and put it back into the game. And it always makes me better. It always makes me better when people talk shit. And I'm just silent. I never say a single thing back, And then after the game, the funny thing is, like, let's say someone's like talking trash the whole game, and then I school them. I'll just walk right up to them. Because like now is the time where I could talk shit, right? Now is the time where I could really like be like, ho, whatever, But I don't do that. No. I walk right up to them and just very, calmly, and I shake their hand and say, that was a good game. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And this is like after they've been talking trash to me for like half an hour. And then they're left to like think about it. They're like, whoa, this dude just like, beat me after talking all, and I was talking trash to him, and now he's like, thanking me for playing him, they have something to think about, right? Let's see. Chega, you say, Agni was talking about the anal beads in chess. Yeah, right. That was the big thing. They were saying that Hans Niemann was using anal beads. And by the way, that's just those of you who don't know. That's actually not a real thing. But it turns out he probably was cheating. They've done all this statistical analysis, and he's a sneaky cheater too, because what he does is he's a really good player to begin with. He's probably like a 2,500 rated GM, right? Grandmaster. So he's like an excellent player to begin with. But what he was doing was somehow he was during the critical position in a game. So like every chess game has like a critical moment. He was always finding like the best possible move during those critical situations, and not all the time, but just enough to be suspicious, right? And he was doing it in games that were really important and against really good players. And these are moves that like the top players in the world wouldn't even find, or like if they would, it would take them like maybe half an hour or an hour. And he was just finding these moves like very like casually, very nonchalantly, like finding these computer type moves, right? Like moves like a computer engine would play, right? Not like a chess engine, not like moves that a human would make. So yeah, he definitely was. It looks like he was cheating, but they don't have any definitive proof. They don't have any definitive evidence, but the consensus is he was cheating. Let's see. Chaga, you say you think Agni would on Pound Town soon? I don't know what that means. Victor, sorry, you say I'm the same way when people talk trash. Yeah, exactly. I get focused too. I get super focused when people talk trash. I just feel like they're wasting their energy. So now it's like it's really time to hone in and not allow what they're saying to affect me. Right? I don't care what they say. I just focus on the game and not allow it to affect me. It's like I got two games going on at once. I have the meditative game, the focus game, and then I have the chess game or the basketball game, whatever I got going on. Victor, so you say a lot of them don't know how to take it. Yeah, exactly, right? If they're talking trash and you're just like sitting there calm and like focusing on the game and like not even concerned at all with what they're saying, it kind of can throw them off. And they're like, well, what's going on? And then it gets awkward for them because they're used to people then trying to talk trash back to them, and then they get distracted and lose the game, right? That's not what I'm about. I don't like that at all. But anyways, let's see who's out there in the Twitch world. Hey, Sparkalicious is streaming. She's back. Sparkalicious, we are going to give Sparkalicious a raid. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Let's get the raid call going. She is a sound healer, and she's a super awesome human being. We are going to give her a big raid. If you are a subscriber, copy this raid call. If not, just spread some love and light to her way. All right, because she is a wonderful human being, and she's actually supported my channel a lot, and just a really good person. So she's doing sound healing right now, which will be great. The perfect transition. I love you all unconditionally. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. And just be good to the people around you. Be kind to everyone around you. Namaste.